Hello students, we are now come to the end of mathematics. This is the last chapter and the last unit of mathematics. In the previous two units, what we have done is we have learned to differentiate and integrate. And in this particular unit, we will be using both the concepts, that is differentiation as well as integration, which we use in commerce. So it's not going to be very complicated basic level questions, but you need to understand few things. What is that? Now, if at all you have already watched economics, you must be knowing we have concepts of cost, revenue, profit. Even otherwise, I can tell you what this means. What is cost? Cost is what we incur to produce a particular unit. There are two types of cost. If I have to write cost is given by, we have fixed plus variable. Correct? So if I have to find out the total cost, I will have to write total cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. What is fixed cost? Fixed cost is that cost which will remain fixed irrespective of level of production. That is, if I produce 1 unit, let's say my fixed cost is 10,000. If I produce 2 units also, it will remain 10,000. If I produce 3 units, it will still remain 10,000. If I produce 10 units, it will remain 10,000. If you produce 100 units, it will remain 10,000. This cost will not change with the level of output. Examples could be rent, salaries, and some other expenses which will not change with the level of production. Variable cost. What is this now? Now this cost changes with the level of output. Let's say my variable cost is 3 per unit. So if I produce 1 unit, it becomes 3 into 1. If I produce 2 units, it becomes 3 into 2. If I produce 5 units, it becomes 3 into 5, and so on. Variable cost per unit is same, but in total it changes. So we need to know this one now. Total cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. Next we'll go to average cost. What do you know about the average? The cost that we have on an average that we are getting per unit. So it is average cost per unit. Okay. How do we calculate average? If we have n number of things, what do? We add all those things and then we divide it by n. Correct? So even over here, we have average cost to be given equal to total cost divided by x. Now what is this x? X is nothing but number of units that you are producing. So if my total cost is, let's say, 30,000, if I'm producing 3 units, 30,000 divided by 3. So we have fixed cost, we have variable cost, we have average cost. Next we have average variable cost. For average cost, what I did was I took total cost divided by number of units, x being number of units. So for average variable cost, what I need is total variable cost divided by x, where x is number of units. Next we'll go to average fixed cost. No price for guessing over here, simple, isn't it? Total fixed cost that we take divided by x, that is number of units. So I believe up till here it is clear, something which we have done before. Economics or somewhere or the other we have used this for sure, maybe even in accounts for that matter. At least in accounts we know what is variable cost and fixed cost. Next we'll go one step further, we have marginal cost. If you have finished economics by now, you know what is marginal cost. But if I have to now tell you what is marginal cost in simple words, it is cost of producing one additional unit of production. For example, let's say I have to produce 10 units. My cost is 100. If I produce 11 units, my cost is 102. I said 10 units, 100, 11 units, 102. 2 rupees is my extra cost for producing that extra unit. That is marginal cost. Now, how do we calculate marginal cost? We will have to differentiate the cost function c of x, we'll write c of x as the cost function, differentiate cost function with respect to x. You may think in cost function where is x? I'll come to that also. So we have fixed cost. Fixed cost is a number. It will not have a variable. It will remain fixed. So let's say we have 10,000. The example that I had given 10,000 plus variable cost. I said 3 per unit. So it becomes 3 into x. So we will have x in the cost function. Cost changes, but it is because of variable cost only. So when we differentiate the cost function, we get marginal cost. We'll proceed further. How to differentiate we know, right? Okay. We'll proceed further. We have profit. We'll number it. Okay. So we'll know how many to remember also. Next we'll come to profit. How is profit calculated? Profit is, sorry, not cost, revenue minus cost. The total revenue that I have minus the total cost that I have. Now it's about revenue. How to calculate revenue? How to calculate revenue? Revenue is about price into number of units. I told you number of units we are taking it as x because that will change our revenue. If I sell 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, the revenue is not going to remain same. Price is going to remain same. So we have price into cost. So we have a price function and then we have the number of units. Fine. So that's revenue. I will write what is PP is price. X I have already told you it is number of units. That first one I will write. I'll write a different color over here. X refers to number of units. 7 done. Now we'll go to the 8th one. Cost. Now what is cost? Now if I tell you to get cost, see here marginal cost, I said we have to differentiate cost function. So to get back cost, if I take integration of marginal cost with respect to x will give me cost. So if at all marginal cost is given, we will integrate it to get cost. If cost is given, cost function is given, we will differentiate it to get marginal cost. Next we'll go to the next one. 9. Revenue. Revenue, how do we get? I think I have given once. Now what is revenue? Revenue is equal to P into X. So if at all we have to get revenue, we can also integrate marginal revenue. Marginal revenue. Definitely with respect to X. Marginal revenue. Or I can give the other way around also. Number 10, we have marginal revenue is equal to d by dx of revenue function. So either ways, both I can give or I can ignore it as well. Next we have profit is maximum. Profit is maximum. Now when is profit maximum? Profit is maximum when marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. That is, if at all my cost of producing one extra unit is equal to the cost of producing that particular unit. We'll take numerical. Let's say if I am producing one extra unit, it's gonna cost me 20 rupees. And if I sell that unit, I will get 20 rupees only. Correct? So my profit is maximum after that. Because after this point, my marginal cost, if it reduces further, my revenue also will reduce further, and then my total profit is not going to increase. So my maximum profit is at a level, when marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. That is, the extra cost that I'm incurring should be offset by extra revenue that I should be getting out of it. Next we have average cost is minimum. Average cost is minimum when Average cost is equal to marginal cost. When we divide, that is the total cost, by the number of units, we get average cost. So when is that minimum? I want my cost to be minimum, my average cost to be minimum, only when average cost is equal to marginal cost. Now this concept I think was there in economics also. Fine. So you can borrow it from there, or we can remember over here. And the last one that we need to remember is break even point. What is break even point? Here we have total revenue is equal to total cost. Cost is equal to revenue, and that's your break even point. Break even point is that point where you have no profit, no loss. So this much if you remember, it's more than sufficient to solve the questions. Fine, we can make multiple formulae out of these formulae only, but I'm telling you these many are enough. We will see the questions. One or two places, small adjustment is definitely there, and that I will tell you over there only. So this 13 formula are more than enough. Okay, we have total cost, fixed cost plus variable cost. Then we have average cost, we just have to divide by the number of units. Same for average variable cost and average fixed cost. Everywhere you are just dividing by number of units. X is number of units. See, now if I want marginal average variable cost, I just have to differentiate it. So remember, if you differentiate the cost function, you get marginal cost. Same way we can differentiate these also, that I have not written. I have written only for marginal cost. Marginal cost is equal to differentiation of cost function. Profit, revenue minus cost, something which we know. Revenue is P into X. This is important. It is used multiple places. P is the price. X is number of units. Cost is integration. This is the same formula which we had earlier. It is the reverse. Next we have revenue. This time I have given integration of marginal revenue, or you can write marginal revenue is equal to differentiation of revenue. Both I have written. Profit is maximum. This you have to remember, profit is maximum when marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. How to calculate marginal cost? We'll have to differentiate cost function. How to calculate marginal revenue? We'll have to differentiate revenue function. Average cost is minimum when AC is equal to MC. Average cost is equal to marginal cost. Break even point is the point where we have total cost is equal to total revenues. With these 13 formulae, wherever required, I will come back to this formula, okay, wherever required. So we'll start solving the questions. We'll take the first one. We'll go slow. The fixed cost of a new product is 18,000. Variable cost per unit is 550. If demand function is given, demand function is equal to 4,000 minus 150x. So what they are saying is your price should depend on this. If you're producing 1 unit, we will price it at this. P of x is nothing but price. Find the break even value. What do we know? We know that break even point, at break even point, total revenue is equal to total cost. How do we write total revenue? Total revenue function we will have to find out. How do we find revenue? I said we want price into x, P into x, and total revenue function. Now total revenue is equal to, what is P equal to? P is given, no, P of x, price of x. P of x is nothing but price of x. 4,000 minus 150x into x is there, so I'll multiply this with x. This is total revenue. Equal to, we'll open the bracket, we have 4,000x minus 150x square. This is your total revenue. I'll keep it aside because we have to equate. Then we have total cost. Total cost is given by total variable cost plus total fixed cost. Variable cost is said to be 550, that is per unit. So we have 550 into x plus total fixed cost is 18,000. This is my total cost function. So I have total revenue over here, I have total cost over here. Now I have to equate one to another. Why? Because at break even point, total revenue is equal to total cost. So I will take this as 1 I'll take this as 2. Now 1 is equal to 2, so I get 4000x minus 150x square is equal to 550x plus 18,000. Okay, I'll get everything on one side, so I get I'll take the minus 1 to the other side, so we have 0 is equal to 550x plus, no, I'll write the x square first. Okay, we'll take 150x square, fine, then we'll write x. So we have 550x over here, and this is going to the other side, 550 minus 4000, so we get minus 3450x, 18,000 will remain as it is, plus 18,000. Correct. So we have no other constant, everything is taken to one side. Now if you see, these all are divisible, definitely we can remove 110, but let me see if I can divide everything by 150 directly. 18,000 definitely I think we can. 18,000 divided by 150 will give you 120. 3450 is my only concern now. Yes, it goes. So what we'll do is we'll divide everything by 150. We get 150 divided by 150 is just x square. Only x square is remaining, and we get minus 23x plus 18,000. If I divide by 115, I get 120 equal to 0. I'll continue over here, right side. So we have this as the equation. Now sum should be minus 23, product should be 120. So what you can do is you can take assistance from here only. We'll take the first option, 15 and 18. 15 into 8, 120, and 15 plus 8 is 23. So I can split this as x square minus 15x minus 8x plus 120 equal to 0. So we have x outside, x minus 15, minus 8 outside, x minus 15 equal to 0. X minus 15 into x minus 8 is equal to 0. X is either, x minus 15 is either equal to 0 or x minus 8 is equal to 0. So either x is equal to 15 or x is equal to 2. 15 and 8 are the answer. So here only we could have stopped because we have got the answer over here, but still I have showed this calculation simplification. But in the examination you should definitely stop over here and get the answer. Or else what you can also do is here only you can substitute these values left hand side, right hand side, and somehow make it match, because our time that is available for solving problems is very less. I hope that's clear. So all that we had to do in this problem was total revenue is equal to total cost. We'll move on to the next question. Question number 2. A company sells its products at 60 per unit. This is the price, correct? Okay. Fixed cost for the company is 18,000. Okay, this is fixed cost. Variable cost to be 25% of total revenue. Determine total revenue function. Now total revenue function is equal to, we have P into X, correct? Price into X. So P is how much? 60. X is how much? Oh my god, we have got the answer already. So total revenue is equal to 60x. Quite simple. Previous one, did I mark the answer? We have marked the answer. Okay. Coming back over here, P into X, 60x, solution complete. Price into X. X is the number of units. We'll move to the next question. The reason why it was simple is there is a common data given for all these questions. Question number 2, because if you see, it's a same to same question. This is the price. This is the fixed cost. Variable cost is 25% of revenue that they are saying. Now what is asked? Total cost function. Total cost. We'll write down total cost is equal to total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Total cost is equal to total fixed cost. Fixed cost is equal to 18,000 plus total variable cost. They said variable cost is 25% of total revenue. 25 percentage 0.25 of revenue. Revenue, I remember it was some 60x. Yes, revenue is 60x. Done. Do we have this option? Let me just check. 18,000. Okay, we'll simplify this further. 18,000 plus 0.25, 25 percentage of 60, that is equal to 15x. We have this answer. Option C is the right answer. Moving on. I think we have the same question again. Same question. This time you have to determine break even point. What is break even point? Break even point implies total cost is equal to total revenue. Total revenue is 60x, which we added in the not previous, the one before that, I think question number 2. Total cost we had in the previous one, no, 18,000 plus 15x. 18,000 plus 15x. So we now have total cost function, total revenue. Simply get the value of x because that's the break even point. So 18,000 is equal to 45x. X is equal to divide 18,000 by 45 and we get equal to 400, which is there in option B. So we have got the answer for this problem as well. So we had common data for all three. First we had only revenue function, then we had cost function, and then we had break even point. Now we'll go to a different question. The cost function is given C of x. This is nothing but total cost. Okay, so we have 1000. So if I have to break it down, this is the fixed cost. Correct? It is not having x associated with it, and remaining is the variable cost because there is variable. Okay, anyways, it does not matter. I don't even know what the question is. Where x is the output, no problem. We have always assumed x to be the output. The average cost. Okay, now how to calculate average cost? Average cost is equal to total cost divided by number of units, which is x. Total cost function is given 1000 plus 25x plus 2x square all divided by x. Correct? So we have average cost. I think I wrote 2xx. Okay, 25x. Now we'll simplify this further to just match what is given in the options. We can split this as 1000 divided by x plus 25x and x cancels, so 25 remains plus 1x cancels, and you get this as the answer, which is there in option. That's right, that's option A. 5 is done. Hopefully we have a similar question next also. So it's the same data for the next question. Okay, we need marginal cost. Marginal cost, and I told you I'll go back whenever you need assistance. Where do we have marginal cost? Marginal cost is differentiated value of cost function. So simple differentiation. Marginal cost. First we have cost function, or we'll directly write, okay, marginal cost is equal to d by dx of c of x. Correct? Cost function. So marginal cost is equal to d by dx of 1000 plus 25. Why do I keep writing x for 5? 25x plus 2x square. Okay, we have to differentiate this. First question, that's why I'm writing so much in detail. After this, directly from here on, I will differentiate. Okay, differentiation of constant is 0. Remember, differentiation of fixed cost is 0 only. What is marginal cost? Cost of producing additional unit. Correct? Can you have additional fixed cost? Then it doesn't become a fixed cost, right? So that's why this concept of marginal cost, when you do, we differentiate. If you still have to relate, when I told the first definition of differentiation, I said when there is a small change, when there is a small change in independent variable, what is its impact on dependent variable? So the same concept is being applied over here, but we will not get into detail. Okay, for us marginal cost is differentiated value of the cost function plus differentiation of 25x. 25x is differentiation is 25. Differentiation of 2x square is 4x. We have that 25 plus 4x. Yes, 25 plus 4x. We got the answer. Option B is the right answer. Same question again. Find marginal cost when 15 units are produced. Find the marginal cost when 15 units are produced. So now we have the marginal cost function, correct? That is by differentiating 25 plus 4x we have. So marginal cost is equal to 25 plus 4 into x. When 15 are produced, what do we get? 25 plus 4 into 15. 4 into 15 is 60. 60 plus 25. 60 plus 25 is 85. Done. As simple as that. So basically after differentiating, we're substituting the value. It is like writing d by dx of cost function, and then after that we substitute the values. No, x equal to 15. We solve these problems. After differentiating, we substitute the values. So exactly that is applied over here. Marginal cost of producing 15 units. So I repeat, from the previous problem we took those values 25 plus 4x. There we substituted the value of x equal to 15. Same question again. Cost function, same to same. Find the actual cost of producing 15th unit. Now see the difference. Previous question they said marginal cost when 15 units are produced. Correct? So we are seeing for 15 units in total. Here cost of producing 15th unit. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to find marginal cost of find cost of 15 units minus cost of 14 units. That should be the answer, no? We'll first find cost of 14 units, cost of 15 units. So we are getting for the 15th unit how much is the cost. Cost function is there. So basically we have to substitute x equal to 15. Substituting x equal to 15. Here we are substituting x equal to 14. So if I substitute, I get 1000 plus 25 into 15 plus 2 into 15 square. Cost of producing 15 units. Cost of producing 14 units, 1000 plus 25 into 15. Oh, sorry, 14 plus 2 into 14 square. Correct? 15 into 14. Sorry, 15 into 25. 15 into 25 is 375. 15 square is 225 into 2, 450. Okay, minus we have 1000 plus 25 into 14, 350. Then we have 14 square, definitely it's 196 into 2, that is 392. And we get the final answer. Let's see, let's do it slowly. 1000 cancels. Okay, we have 375 minus 350 plus 450 minus 392. We get 83. We got 83 as the answer. So what we did over here, it is cost of producing 15th unit. So what we did was we first calculate cost of 15 units, and if at all we only produce 14. So the extra cost that we have after producing 14th unit is definitely the cost of the 15th unit. Going back to the previous question, since it is the same data, here find the marginal cost when 15 units are produced. So that is slightly different. We have marginal cost function. We'll just substitute the value as 15. That's number 8. Question number 9. The total cost function of a firm is given by, cost function is given 0.002x cube and so on. The lengthy cost function is there where x is the output. Determine average cost. What is average cost? We'll write that average cost is equal to total cost divided by number of units. So we'll have to divide it by x. So we have cost 0.002x cube minus 0.04 x square plus 5x plus 1500. Now I'll divide entire thing with x because we have to find the average. So I'll remove one x everywhere. X cube is there, so it becomes x square 002 x square minus 0.04x plus 5, 1x goes off, plus 1500 by x. Where do we have it in the option? Okay, those two are out. These two we have 1500 by x plus 5. This is 0.04. I don't know how they got 0.05. Never mind. Option A is the right answer. Option A, average. We just have to divide the cost by number of units. We'll move to the next question. Same question that we have, but the requirement is determine marginal average cost. So average cost we have already written, that is 0.002 x square. 0.002 x square, I'm taking it from the previous solution, minus 0.04x minus 0.04x, and then we have plus 5, and then we have plus 1500x, plus 1500 divided by x. Now what is this? This is average cost. Correct? They've asked for average cost, marginal average cost. Now if you differentiate cost function, we get marginal cost. So now if you differentiate average cost with respect to x, we get marginal average cost. So let's differentiate. So differentiation is equal to, okay, so now we will keep the constant outside, 002 into differentiation of x square is 2x minus differentiation of 0.04x is 0.04, and differentiation of 5 is 0. Differentiation of 1500 by x, so we'll keep 1500 outside. Differentiation of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. Differentiation of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. Now let's simplify. You get 0.004x minus 0.04, and then we have minus 1500 by x square. Do we have this in the option? We have option A as the right answer. So we just have to differentiate average cost function. Moving on to the next question, question number 11. Is it still the same question? Yes, it is the same question. Now this time find marginal cost. Previous one we had to find marginal average cost. This problem marginal cost. So we'll directly differentiate the cost function. 0.002 is the constant. Differentiate x cube 3x square minus 0.04. Differentiation of x square is 2x plus differentiation of 5x is 5. Differentiation of 1500 is 0. And if you simplify this further, you get 0.006 x square minus 0.08x plus 5. Do we have this? I think 10 is missing in the options. We'll change that. Okay. The remaining thing, if you see, it's correct. So for C, we will change the option a little bit and mark C as the right answer. Everything else is perfect. Just that 10 is missing. It should not change because 3 multiplied with 0.002 is 0.006. 3 2s are 6. Perfect. Option C is the right answer. Still the same question. Find the rate of change of marginal cost. Rate of change of marginal cost with respect to x. So we have marginal cost function. My marginal cost function, what is this equal to? Marginal cost 0.006 x square minus 0.008, no, 0.08 I guess, 0.08 x, and we have plus 15. Correct? Now they're talking about rate of change of marginal cost. See, if at all I calculate rate of change of cost, what is that? That is marginal cost. Now they ask rate of change of marginal cost. So basically here we'll have to differentiate again. So we are differentiating the differentiated function. So we'll differentiate marginal cost, or we can say we have to take d square y by dx square of cost function. So differentiating it, we get 0.006 into 2x minus differentiation of this is 0.008 plus 0, and we get 0.012x minus 0.08. 0.12x. Okay, that's option D. Option D is the right answer. So small change. This was not given in the first introduction. I had given only till marginal cost, but if you have to go one step further, rate of change of marginal cost, we need to differentiate the differentiated function. That's number 12. We'll move on to the next question, question number 13. The total cost function of a company is given by C of X. Okay. Find the level of output for which MC is equal to AC. Now, how do we calculate MC? Marginal cost is differentiation of cost function. So, we'll differentiate this first. Differentiation of cost function. Differentiation of 3 by 4 x square. Differentiation of x square is 2x. Correct. Minus differentiation of 7x is 7. Differentiation of 27 is 0. I'll simplify this further. I get 2 times, I get 1 time, and I get 3x. 3 by 2x, no? 3 by 2x minus 7. I'll call this as equation 1. This is MC. MC is equal to differentiated value. What is AC? AC is average cost. How do we calculate average cost? Average cost is total cost divided by number of units. Average cost is equal to, this is the cost function. Okay, I'll write it as it is, divided by x. X is number of units. So I'll divide x for each of them. One of the x gets cancelled over here. We get 3 by 4 x minus 7x is there. 1x gets cancelled. 7 plus 27 by x. Fine. We'll not simplify this further from here on. Okay, I'll call this as equation 2. Now they said we have to find the level of output. What is output for us? X. So they said MC is equal to AC implies equation 1 equal to equation 2. I'll continue in the next page. Equation 1. We have 3x by 2 minus 7. Correct? This is equation 1. And the other one that we have is 3 by 4x minus 7 plus 27 by x. Fine. Okay. So we have minus 7, minus sign on either sides cancels. We'll get everything to one side. Everything has x remaining parts. 3x by 2 minus 3x by 4 plus 20. Sorry, plus becomes minus 27 by x. What remains on the other side? Nothing. So we write 0. Now we'll take LCM. What is the LCM? We have 4x. Correct? So we have 4 into 2 is a 4 is a multiple of 2. So 4 only here LCM, and here we have x, 4x. Now here we have 2. But LCM is 4, so we have to multiply with 2x, correct? So 2x will multiply. 2x into 3x is 6x square. Correct, no? We have to multiply with 2 and with x, 6x square. Minus 4 is already there. 4 is already there. X is to be multiplied, so we get 3x square. Minus 27. 27 is there. 27 into x is already there into 4. 27 into 4. How much is that? 27 into 4 is 108 equal to 0. Now we will cross multiply. 4x goes to the other side. So we get 6x square minus 3x square is 3x square minus 108 equal to 0. Cross multiplied, 0 anything into 4x, 0 multiplied anything is 0. Take 108 to the other side, so we get x square is equal to 108. Now we'll take square root of 108, no, divided by 3, sorry. X square is equal to 108 divided by 3. We get 36 and x is equal to square root of 36, which is equal to 6, which is there in option B. What we can also done is, you could have just substituted. Once you write this, you can substitute the value of x. We can go for trial and error, like how I have used in some of the problems. Check the options in the equation and then we can get the answer. If left hand side is equal to right hand side, here anyways I have solved the problem normally. Answer is 6. Marginal cost, how do we get? Differentiate the cost function, average cost. For the cost function we divide by x. Moving on to the next question, question number 14. The demand function is given, but this time demand function is given as x is equal to. So how did we write the demand functions? Demand function we write it as P is equal to, okay, but remember here it is given x is equal to. X is the number of units produced, P is the price. We want revenue function. Now revenue function, total revenue is equal to, we know it is P into X, correct? Do we have P? No, we don't have P. That's why I said we always write it as P is equal to. So what I'll do is, on the side by side I will calculate for P given x is equal to 100 minus 4p. Okay, I'll get 4p to this side. So we have 4p is equal to 100 minus x. P is equal to 100 minus x divided by 4. Correct? Further, you can write P is equal to 100 divided by 4. I can split it. 100 divided by 4 is 25 minus x divided by 4. We can write this as the demand function P value. Price is equal to 25 minus x by 4. So I'll write that 25 minus x by 4 into x is there, so I'll multiply with x. Now we'll open the bracket. 25 x minus x square by 4. Do we have this option? 25x minus x square, 25x minus x square divided by 4, which is there in the very first option. That's the revenue function. Revenue is number of units, which is x, into price, P is equal to. So that's why we have to write it as P is equal to first. Fine, so revenue function is done. We'll move to the next question. I think it's the same question again with a different requirement. Yes. Find average revenue function. So we add revenue function. Total revenue is equal to, how much was it? 25. From what I remember, it was 25x. Then we had minus, right? Minus x square by 4, I think. Let me just confirm going back. 25x minus x square by 4. 25x minus x square by 4. Okay. So I've written that. Okay. Average revenue function. How to calculate average now? This is total revenue. So average revenue is equal to total revenue divided by number of units, which is given by x. So we get average revenue is equal to, we'll substitute the value of total revenue, 25x minus x square by 4 all divided by x. Now individually we'll divide by x. X cancels, here 1x cancels. So what you get is 25 minus x by 4. 25 minus x by 4, there in option B. Done. This is your average revenue function. So we got revenue function, we got average revenue also. I'm not sure if the next question is also very connected. Yes, it's the same, and we need to find out marginal revenue function. We know the total revenue function. Total revenue function is 25x, which we did in problem number 14, minus x square by 4. Correct, no? Just confirming again. We had written it in the previous question also, 25x minus x square by 4. So I'll continue from there. We need marginal revenue function, which is differentiated value d by dx of total revenue, which is equal to, now differentiate the right hand side, 25x, differentiation of 25x is 25, differentiation of 1 by 4 is constant, differentiation of x square is 2x, 1 2 cancels, 2 remains, So what we get now is 25 minus x by 2. Do we have that? 25 minus x by 2. It's there in option D. So the same question, we got revenue function, we got average revenue function, we also got marginal revenue function. Fine, I hope you are getting comfortable now. 16 questions are done. We'll move further. Question number 17. The demand function for monopolist is given by x is equal to 100 minus 4p. So we're talking about the same question again. Yes, same question like the previous one. So here what have they asked? Quantity at which MR is equal to 0. We did calculate MR. Where did we calculate MR? Marginal revenue function, 25 minus x square. Okay, we have marginal revenue is equal to 25 minus x square. Sorry, x by 2. No, not x square. X by 2. Find the price and quantity at which MR is equal to 0. So we'll substitute MR equal to 0. We get 25 minus x square. We'll take it to the other side. We have x square divided by 25. So we have x is equal to 25 into 2, correct? 25 into 2 is 50. This is the quantity, correct? So we have the quantity over here, 50. So you can put this quantity in the original function. So check if we get the price. Okay, so we have x is equal to 100 minus 4p. So if x is equal to, from where am I getting? I'm getting it from here, okay? From the first, the given function, demand function I'm taking. So x is 50 equal to 100 minus 4p. Take it to the other side. 4p is equal to 100 minus 50. 4p is equal to 50. P is equal to 50 by 4. P is equal to 12.5. So we have quantity and price to be 50, 12.5. See, soon after 50 I could have stopped because that is the only option which had 50. But if at all there was another option with 50, then we would get confused. Examination, that's a possibility. So I made sure we get the other value also. So what did we do over here? We first got the marginal revenue function, which we had got in the previous problem in this case. Otherwise, if this was a standalone question, then first you had to get the marginal revenue function. After that, what did we do? We got the value of x by putting marginal revenue to be equal to 0. Once we get the value of x from the original equation, that is the demand equation which was given, we will substitute and get the value of p. That's question number 17. Moving on, question number 18. And now we have different data. A firm knows that the demand function for one of its products is linear. It also knows that it can sell 1000 units when the price is rupees 4, and it can sell 1500 units when the price is equal to 2. Find the demand function. Now, one way to do it is we have to formulate it. It becomes a simultaneous equation. Correct, because of one place it will be 1000 units is 1000. 1000 is equal to, then we'll have to take two variables because it is a linear function, no, x and y. Correct. And one should be multiplied with p because price should always also be there. And all of that we'll have to get the equation. But the easiest method that I am telling you is trial and error. So let's solve this by trial and error. So best is I don't teach you that method only because it is little confusing. You know this method, you can get the answer, right? Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So we'll go to the first option. They're saying 2000 minus 250p, and when price is 4, unit should be 1000. So I can write x is equal to, I'll write the given question first, 250p. Let me substitute 4 now. 250 into 4, and here I get 2000. 250 minus into 4 is 1000. 2000 minus 1000, you get equal to 1000. So this holds good. Next I have 1500. Let me check 1500, will it hold good? 2000 minus 250. What is the price this time? If the price is 2, so 250 into 2 is 500. If you reduce from 2000, it becomes 1500. This condition also holds good. We have the answer, that is option A. Lucky that we say option A, otherwise we'll have to try out other options since we are going for trial and error. Other method I told you, just like how I have written over here, see now we are going for trial and error. If I was going for the right method, then it would have been 1000. This I would take it as X. Then I would have taken this as Y, this X, then Y, then I would get the values, solve it, and then reformulate it. So not required linear equation it is. We know this much, it is more than enough. Fine, so we are going for trial and error. That's number 18. Now we know the answer because we may use this in the next question. So it is 2000 minus 250p. So we have 2000 minus 250p. What is this equal to? X is equal to, this is what? Revenue function. No, this was demand function, right? This is demand function. I'm just picking it from the previous question. Because I already read the question, it is the same question. Requirement is total revenue function. Now revenue function, how do we get revenue function? I'll write over here revenue, total revenue is equal to P into X. We had another problem where they had given X is equal to, but I told you we have to write it as P is equal to. So I'll get P to this side. Left hand side we get 250p equal to 2000 minus X. Correct? X is brought to the other side. We are solving for P. 2000 divided by 250 minus X divided by 250. So 2000 divided by 250 is how much? That should be 8, right? Yes, 8. So P is equal to 8 minus X by 250. So we got the demand function. Now initially we had got it as X is equal to, now we got it as P is equal to. Very easy. Now after we get P value, we'll put that value here into X. Now we'll open the bracket, we get 8x minus x square by 250. 8x minus x square by 250. Isn't that option C? Okay, that's correct. No? Option C is the right answer. Okay. We'll move to the next question. I think next question is also similar connected to this, but I don't know what is asked there. So I'll first go to that question and see what is asked. Question number 20, same question. Find average revenue function. So we had calculate revenue function. Now we need average revenue function. We have this value 8x minus x square by 250. Now this is total revenue function. Average revenue is total revenue divided by x. Now total revenue is 8x minus x square by 250 all divided by x. So x cancels. So we have 8 minus 1x remains. 1x cancels. 8 minus x by 250. 8 minus x by 250, which is there in option D. Simple, right? Because we have done this enough number of times. We have few more questions remaining. Okay, remember we are still not got into integration. So far we are only differentiating, but we don't have to worry because it's completely reverse. So that's done. 20. In fact, 21st question also we have same data, and this time we need marginal revenue function. So revenue function we had written earlier. Total revenue function 8x minus x square by 250. 8x minus x square by 250. This is total revenue function. And to get marginal revenue function, we need to differentiate. D by dx of total revenue is your marginal revenue function is equal to differentiation. Differentiation of 8x. Differentiation of 8x is 8 minus differentiation of x square is 2x. 250 remains constant as it is. So that is the answer. I think we can simplify this. 2 goes once, 2 goes 250 times. Oh, 125. Sorry. 250. Half of that is 125. In that case, we get simplified answer as 8 minus x by 125. 8 minus x by, okay, we have it in option C. Option C is the right answer. So I think this particular question, first they asked us for demand function, then we had revenue function, then we had average revenue function, and then marginal revenue. Everything related to revenue function was covered. Moving on, we have a different question now. Question number 22. A company charged rupees 15,000 for a refrigerator on orders of 20 or less refrigerator. That means if they order 19, 15,000. If they order 18, 15,000. If they order 15, 15,000. If they order 20, 15,000. But what happens if they exceed beyond 20? The charge is reduced for every set over and above 100. If it is in excess of 20. Okay. Find the largest size order of the company should allow us to receive maximum revenue. Maximum revenue we have to find out, but first we'll have to calculate revenue function. Revenue, total revenue is equal to P into X. Correct? Okay. Now I'll write it separately. Okay. What is P equal to? What is price equal to? I said 15,000 minus, it will reduce by 100 for every unit. I have written 100 minus X. Is this correct? Now, if you actually see, if I order just one unit, then it becomes 15,000 minus 100. If I order two units, it becomes 15,000 minus 200, which is not right. They said only if you exceed 20, then we'll have to reduce. So what I'm going to do over here is, I'm going to change this small letter x to capital letter X. And I also write capital letter X is equal to 20 plus small letter x. See the changes that I'm making. Capital letter X is 20 plus small letter x. Now if you see, it makes sense. This is over and above 20. So if it is 21, this will be 1. If it is 22, this will be 2. If large X is 23, X will be 3. Small letter x will be 3. Now it makes sense. Price ka is done. Okay. Now we'll come to X, which I have already written. X I have already written there. 20 plus X. I have rewritten it again. Now I'll write again, total revenue is equal to 15,000 minus 100 into small letter x into 20 plus small letter x. This is my total revenue. I can easily open the bracket, first into first, first into second, second into first, second into second. So we have 15 into 20, 300 followed by 3 zeros. 15,000 into x, we have plus 15,000 x minus 100 into 2, 200, 2000, 2000 x. Okay, and we have minus 100 into x, minus 100x into x, minus 100x square. Further simplification, we have 3 lakhs plus 13,000 x minus 100x square. So we have the total revenue function over here. Now we need to understand what exactly they're asking. They're asking for maximum revenue. They are now asking for maximum revenue. Now when do we get this maximum revenue? See, if at all the 21st unit will cost us 15,000 minus 100. Correct? Every unit after the first one, we will reduce the price. 15,000 minus 100 is 14,900. The following unit will be 14,800. The next unit will be 14,700. So it goes on and on and on and on and on. And at some point, it is going to reach 0. Correct? So when it reaches 0, what is the revenue that you will have? What is the additional revenue that you have? 0. Correct? At certain point, it will reach average price as 100. After that, the next one will be 0. So what I am saying over here is, revenue is maximum when marginal revenue, that is revenue that you are getting from the extra unit, is equal to 0. After this, you are not getting any revenue because it goes negative, minus 100, minus 100, minus 100. Correct? So I repeat again, revenue is maximum when marginal revenue is 0. We have total revenue. Marginal revenue is equal to differentiated value of total revenue. which is equal to, it was 3 lakh, right? Differentiation of 3 lakh is 0. Differentiation of 13x is plus 13,000x. 13,000x goes off. Then we have minus, right? We have minus 100x square. Differentiation of x square is 2x. So we have 100 into 2x. Correct. Then we have marginal revenue equal to 13,000 minus 200x. We got this marginal revenue. Now substituting marginal revenue equal to 0. Why? Because of the first line that I've written, revenue is maximum when marginal revenue is 0. 0 is equal to 13,000 minus 200 into x. Take it to the other side. We have 200x is equal to 13,000. X is equal to 13,000 by 2. Isn't that 65? Yes. X is equal to 65. Do we have 65? It is not there. Good, it is not there. Because if it was there, we would have ticked 65. Because 65 is not the answer that they are looking for. We got the value of small letter x. What is the requirement? The requirement is to calculate largest size of the order. And for us, number of units is given by, I'll highlight that, this capital letter X. Now we have to add 20 to it. Correct? So capital letter X is equal to small letter x plus 20. Correct. So capital letter X is equal to 65 plus 20, which is 85. And do we have this option 85? Yes, we do. 85, option A is the right answer. I hope it's clear. This is one question which is little lengthier, little confusing compared to what we have solved so far. So I'm just repeating once again. So we have maximum revenue. That means once we have marginal revenue, that is revenue that you're getting from the next unit, sale of next unit should be 0. After that, you will not have maximum revenue. After that, your revenue drops. Correct? The curve always goes this way. It goes up, goes up, goes up, goes up at a diminishing rate, and then it reverses. So your maximum revenue is where your marginal revenue equal to 0. So we have to write the revenue function, total revenue. Small changes I have made. It's mainly because the price drops only after 20 units. So we have to take capital letter X is equal to 20 plus X, and here I have done the adjustment accordingly. So if it is 21, this becomes only 1. If it is 22, this becomes 2, and so on. And then I have simplified to get the answer. Got the marginal revenue by differentiating the total revenue function. After that, substituted marginal revenue to be equal to 0. I hope it's clear. This you can again go back to this particular problem, listen to it one more time. I'm sure you will understand it. We'll move on to the next question, question number 23. A firm has the following demand and average cost functions. X is equal to is given. So remember, we always have to write it as P is equal to, if you want a revenue function, and average cost is given. Average cost is also given to us, AC. 10 plus x by 15. Determine profit maximizing output and price. Now, when is profit maximum? This I told when I was introducing this chapter. Profit is maximum. I've written it in number 11 here. Profit is maximum when MC is equal to MR. I'll rewrite that again. Profit is maximum. Profit is max when MC, marginal cost, is equal to marginal revenue. Makes sense? Because if your additional cost is equal to additional revenue, after that you're not gonna get more and more profit, because it will nullify. The extra cost is equal to extra revenue that you are getting. Correct? So now we need marginal cost and we need marginal revenue. How do we get marginal cost? We need cost function. Do we have cost function? We have average cost. We can write cost is equal to average cost into x, number of units. We are multiplying. See, to get average cost, we divide by x. Now to get back cost, we need to multiply with x. So we need cost, which is total cost, equal to average function. Average cost function is 10 plus x by 15. We will multiply this with x. So we get 10x plus x square by 15. Now this is your total cost function. But we need marginal cost. So I'll continue over here. Differentiation of total cost is equal to marginal cost. Differentiation of 10x is 10. Differentiation of x square is 2x divided by 15 is the constant. Now this is your marginal cost function, 10 plus 2x by 15. We have one side. This is our left hand side. We had marginal cost, we got it. Now I need marginal revenue. Marginal revenue. To get that, first we need revenue. Total revenue is equal to P into X. So I need the value of P first. P is how much? X is equal to 480 minus 20P. X is equal to 480 minus 20P. We have to convert it as P is equal to, so we get 20P is equal to 480 minus X, or P is equal to 480 by 20. 24 minus X by 20. This is my price. And this has to be multiplied with X. Correct? Okay. Now we'll multiply 24 into X is 24X minus X square by 20. This is our total revenue function. Marginal revenue is differentiation of total revenue, which is equal to 24. Differentiation of X is 1 minus 2X divided by 20. So we get 24 minus X by 10, and this becomes my second equation. My second equation, my basically right hand side. So my left hand side is done. That is 10 plus 2x by 15. 10 plus 2x by 15. 2x by 15. This is your marginal cost, equal to marginal revenue, which is equal to 24 minus x by 10. Correct? Why did I write this? Because profit is maximum only when this holds good. I have just pasted it to a new screen. Now we'll simplify this. Okay, I'll get x on one side. So we have 2x by 15, and then we have plus x by 10 equal to 24 minus 10. 24 minus 10 is 14. And here what is the common denominator? 30, correct? 15 and 10, 30. Out of 30, 15 is there, so you have to multiply with 2, 4x. Out of 30, 10 is there, so 3 times plus 3x. Cross multiply 14 into 30. We get 420. And 3x, 7x by, no, by is not done. I mean, it's already taken to the other side. So we get x is equal to 420 by 7, which is equal to 60. 60. So 60, oh, we have 260 because they have asked for output. We have output and price. Output is done. Now coming to price. So we have the value of x. And we know x is equal to 480 minus 20p. Here, I'm highlighting that. X is equal to 480 minus 20p. So we'll write that. 480 minus 20p. What is this? X is equal to. We know that it's given. So x is how much we had got, no? Okay, we'll have to write it here, no? There's one more page we have written. Okay. Fine. X is how much? X is equal to 60. So we have 60 is equal to 480 minus 20p. Now we'll simplify. We'll take 20p to the other side. 20p is equal to 480 by 60. Sorry, minus 60. 480 minus 60 is 420. Implies p is equal to 420 by 20, which is equal to 21. 21 is there. Price is 21. We have two options with x equal to 16 and price equal to 21. Option C is the right answer. Also remember, this question is from the institute material and the option is slightly wrong over there. So I've corrected the option over here as I have typed it out once again. So fine, that's how we get the answer for this one. Little lengthy. Just repeating it quickly now. Profit is maximum. This are given in point number 11. MC is equal to MR. And then we separately got MC, which I'm sure you are comfortable with. Separately got MR. then substituting I got one value which is the value of x. After getting the value of x, substituted that value of x to get the value of p. Fine. Hope it's clear. We'll now move on to the next question, question number 24. Marginal cost of production, MC is given. Fixed cost is 7,000. Find the total cost function. So far 23 questions we have not used this. What is this? Integration. Applications of integral calculus. We have not used so far. So far we had cost function, we got marginal cost. We had revenue function, we got marginal revenue. For the first time we have the other way around. Marginal cost is given. We need to get cost function. So we will have to do integration. Integration of marginal cost is equal to total cost with respect to x. Marginal cost with respect to x. So we'll integrate this now. Integration of 20 is 20x. So total cost is equal to 20x minus integration of 0.04x is x square by 2. Correct? Plus differentiation of x square is x cube by 3 because it is the form of x to the power n. Integration of x to the power n with respect to x is given by x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1, definitely plus k. K is for constant. Fine. So here also I need to write constant plus k. Now we'll simplify this further. We have 20x minus. We'll simplify this. We get 0.02x square plus 0.001 x cube plus k is there. See, now this is all variable cost. See, total cost is a combination of variable cost and fixed cost. Now everywhere there is x. The moment there is x, that becomes variable cost. So we now have this k. K is fixed cost. How much is fixed cost? Fixed cost is 7,000. Correct, we got the answer. So where is it now? Where is it in the option? 20x should be positive, so option B is out. Minus 0.02x square, so C is out. We have A and B remaining. Plus 0.001 x and plus 7,000. So option A is the right answer. See, alternatively what you can do is, if you are finding integration difficult, you can differentiate the options. These are cost functions. No, just differentiate the options. You should get marginal cost if you are quick with differentiation. Fine. Anyways, otherwise if you know integration, this is a very simple question. Question number 24 is done. We'll move on to the next one, question number 25. Marginal cost is given again. Fixed cost is there. So basically the same question. We need average cost function. So I'll pick from the previous question this answer only. I'll copy it. This is the cost function, no? Yes, after this we had plus 7,000. This is the cost function. So we have total cost. Average cost. Average cost is equal to total cost divided by number of units divided by x. So we have 20x by x minus 0.02x square by x plus 0.001x cube by x plus 7,000 by x. Okay, did I paste it in the wrong place? Yes, I did place it in the wrong place. Okay, I'll cut it. Come to the solution here, no? Yes. Okay, pasted it right place now. Okay, so we now already divided everything by x. Simplifying further, we got 20x by x, 20 minus 1x cancels from here, plus 1x cancels from here, plus 7,000 by x. And this is my final answer. Where do we have it? 20 minus 0.02x. So A and C qualifies. Plus, okay, I think it's again A. Again, A is the right answer. Option A is the right answer. Just total cost divided by number of units. Nothing to do with the integration now. Moving on. Is it the same question? No, not the same question this time. Marginal cost function is given. MC is equal to 3x square minus 10x plus 3. The total cost of producing 1 unit of the product is rupees 7. Okay, find the total cost function. So So what we'll do is we will integrate this integration of marginal cost with respect to x, we get total cost. Then I'll tell you what to do. So marginal cost, now if at all I have to integrate this, integration of 3x square plus 10x plus 3 with respect to x, that is dx, is equal to integration of 3x square is 3x cube by 3, 3 cancels, now only I'm doing it, minus integration of 10x is 10x square by 2 plus 3x. Differentiation integration of 3 is 3x. Here also I can simplify, 2 goes 5 times. So I get x cube minus 5x square plus 3x. There is no space over there, that's why not written. Plus we have k. Okay. Now see, actually this should be the fixed cost. The total cost of producing 1 unit is 7 they are given. So if I substitute fixed cost, cost of producing 1 unit, and then try to find the value of k, I get a slightly different answer. Okay, but this is the question that is there in the material, so we'll go with just plus 7. I repeat again, this should have ideally been the fixed cost of producing. The fixed cost of producing 1 unit is, but they're given the total cost only. So now if I substitute the total cost and substitute x equal to 1, I get fixed cost a slightly different value which is not there in any of the options. And if you see this x cube minus 5x square is there in the first and the option B and option C, minus 3x is there in option D, so options B is the right answer. Correct, we have 3x x cube minus 5x 5x square plus 3x plus k is there, so we'll directly take plus 7 only, so we'll get the answer. Option B is the right answer. Fine, we'll go to the next question, question number 27. Now again what is given, looks like it's the same question. We need average cost function. So whatever answer we had got, we have to divide it by, we have x cube minus 5x square plus 3x plus 7 we had taken. No, this one I'll just write it over there, so I'll copy paste it. Now this one, this is our total cost function. We need average cost. Average cost is equal to, we'll remove one x because it has to be divided by x, no, so x cube becomes x square minus 5x square becomes 5x, 1x is removed, plus 3x becomes 3 plus 7 by x. So this is minus plus 3, this is minus 3, this is also minus 3, so I think option A is the right answer. X square minus 5x plus 3 plus 7 by x. A is the right answer. So it was the same question, just one step further. That's 27. Few more questions remaining. Question number 28. The marginal cost function of a commodity is given. Marginal cost function is given, and the fixed cost is 18,000. Fixed cost is also given. Find the total cost function. Okay, so we have total cost. How do we get total cost? We need to integrate this. Correct. So we have integration of 14,000 divided by root 7x plus 4 with respect to x. If I integrate this, I get total cost function. Is the one right? Or I moved to the wrong page? Okay, sorry, I'll just cut this here. Okay, 28th question, correct? So yeah, 14,000, we will take it outside the bracket. We have 14,000 and we have integration of 1 by root 7x plus 4 with respect to x. How to solve these questions? Now this is coming from rule of substitution under integration, correct? So this can be written as 14,000 integration of 7x plus 4 raised to the power 1 by 2 negative. Because of root, I would write 1 by 2, but it is in the denominator, so raised to the power 1 by 2 dx. How to get this answer? Like I have told you, if you remember in the rule of substitution, the coefficient, what happens to the coefficient? We'll have to write 14,000 outside, 1 by 7. Correct? And then what should we do? We should just take this value 7x plus 4 raised to the power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 by 2 plus 1. Correct? If you do not remember this, please go back to the video of integration. Clearly, we have done multiple problems over there where I have used this shortcut. Done. Integration is done. Plus, we need to write k. Further simplification. So, we have 14,000 divided by 7. 14,000 divided by 7 definitely is 2,000. So, we have 2,000. Okay. Then within bracket, we have 7x plus 4. 7x plus 4 raised to the power minus 1 by 2 plus 1. So from 1 by 2 plus 1 becomes 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1 becomes 1 by 2 plus we have k. K we have written over here. Yes, k we have. Now what is this? This is total cost function. Done. After writing total cost, now what we'll do is we'll simplify this further. So 1 by 2 is there in the denominator. We have total cost is equal to, goes to the numerator, we have 4,000 into square root of 7x plus 4 plus k. Is this what they have asked? 4,000 square root of 7x plus 4 plus k. Now k, what we used to write in other problems? Other problems we used to write it directly the fixed cost, 18,000. Correct? But here it won't work because 18,000 is not there in any of them. So we'll have to find out what the cost is. How do we do that? Now this is total cost function. Correct? So if I substitute, if x is equal to 0, total cost is equal to fixed cost is equal to 18,000. Is that correct? Do you agree with whatever I have written? Fixed cost is 18,000. What I am saying is if I don't produce anything, x is equal to 0, my fixed cost is still 18,000. So I should get 18,000 on this. So I get 18,000 is equal to 4,000 into square root of 7 into 0. 7 into 0 is 0 plus 4 plus k value. So basically I'm trying to find the value of k. Okay. Now if I do the square root of 4 is 2. 2 into 4,000 is 8,000. So I have 18,000 equal to 8,000 plus k implies k is equal to 10,000. Correct? Now I'll take this value of k back over here. I get total cost is equal to 4,000 square root of 7x plus 4 plus the value of k. Like this is the right way of doing it. Even in the other problem where we directly associated x with being variable cost, then adding the fixed cost directly, there it worked because it was a straightforward linear equation. It was not a linear equation, but everything was there given in simple. There was no square root, there was no multiplication and so on. Here what has happened is it is there in this simplified form. So fixed cost is there within, it is inbuilt. So that's why what we need to do is this extra step when we do not have it in the option. Remember, if it is there in the option, we would have gone directly. Correct? Because for us plus 10,000 or plus 18,000 wouldn't have made much difference because when you differentiate it, it becomes 0. Correct? So we could have still gone ahead and ticked this wherever it had plus. So here it was 4,000, plus was there. This is minus ruled out because fixed cost. Here we had something not matching, I guess, 4,000. No, 1,000 is there. So okay, we wouldn't know whether it is 10,000 or 1,000. So that's why this becomes important. This step becomes important. You could have done this even over here. I'll go back to this question. Where was that fixed cost that we added directly? This question. I'm talking about question number 25. So here also not this, I think 24. Here, question number 24. Here fixed cost is given 7,000. So but what did we do? We got this total cost and then directly put 7,000. What we could have also done is we could have put total cost to be equal to 0 because when you produce 0 units, you should have only fixed cost and then substituted about the value of k. But the problem in this one was simple, straightforward. Everywhere it was plus 7,000 and only it was minus 7,000. So I directly went ahead and ticked the answer. correct? But when it came to this particular problem, there was some confusion. I mean 28, right? Yes. When it came to this particular problem, my options A and C are remaining. Remaining two are anyways ruled out because this cannot be 400, it's 4000, and this cannot be minus, so it's plus. These two are gone. These two are remaining, A and D, and I'm not very sure. That's why what we do is, after we get this value of k, to find the value of k, we have to do this. X is equal to 0. Why x is equal to 0? Because when units produced are 0, we still have fixed cost. My total cost becomes fixed cost. Little confusing. You watch this again couple of times, you will understand. And we can go to the next question after that. Find the average cost of producing 3 units of product. Okay, so we have total cost function. Now what if you produce 3 units? Okay, they've just written the average cost function, anyways they're not substituted. So what we can do is, average cost is equal to 4000 square root of 7x plus 2. Was it 7x plus 2? 7x plus 4, right? 7x plus 4. It was 7x plus 4 plus 10,000 plus 10,000. This was the total cost function divided by x. Correct. So we have average cost is equal to 4000 by x square root of 7x plus 4 plus 10,000 divided by x. They should have actually substituted the value of 3, but they have not done that. No problem, we can go ahead and substitute x to be equal to 3, and if you do that, we get the answer which is not there in the options. So we'll stop over here. This option A is the right answer. Looks like that to me. No, not A. It is plus 4. In fact, B and C look same to me. What am I missing? Okay, both are right answers. Does not matter what the answer that I have written. This is the correct answer. That's question number 29. We'll now move to the next question, question number 30. Now this is the last question that we have in applications. The revenue function of a function marginal revenue. Marginal revenue is given 7 minus 4x minus x square. We need to find total revenue. So total revenue is how much? Integration of marginal revenue with respect to x. So integration of 7 minus 4x minus x square with respect to x. Integration of 7 is 7x minus integration of 4x is 4x square by 2. Integration of x square is minus x cube by 3. Now in the options, if you see, they're not given plus k. Okay, so we'll also not write plus k. Fine, it's a possibility because it is about the revenue. Correct. So we will see some the options now. Simplification is possible, but they are not simplified. No, everywhere it is 4 in the numerator, 2 in the denominator. Okay, so let me just try to match. 7x is there in all. Okay, then we have minus sign. I got it right now. Minus sign. So we'll eliminate plus plus. Okay, we have A and C remaining. Minus sign, and then we have minus. Then we have plus. Option A is the right answer. That concludes. So we have solved 30 questions over here in applications of differentiation and integration, integral calculus. These many questions should be enough for you. Okay, so you have to go in the order. You first finish differentiation and get to know differentiation in and out. Then come to integration, because integration can be little complicated. So once you are comfortable, then come to this chapter. And then you will be comfortable. Here basically we have some simple problems. We have x to the power n on the most of the time. So sometimes you have to differentiate x to the power n. Sometimes you have to integrate x to the power n. Differentiation of x to the power n is n into x to the power n minus 1. Integration of x to the power n is x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So only this one basic rule in both differentiation and integration is used in applications. Fine, that is the end of this particular unit, end of this particular chapter. And if you're going in the right order of the chapters, it is the end of the entire syllabus. Thank you so much for watching, and watch the other questions that I'll be solving after this as well. Thank you.